Hello everybody. My name is Animated Eagle, and we are currently only 4 days away from the release of Wuthering Waves. We have a pre-release live stream getting ready to come up on April 19th. It should be about a day before this video goes live. And I just wanted to rant about what I wanted to hear from this live stream, and the best way I know how to do that is by doing everybody's favorite, a tier list. Pause the video right now if you can. Tell me what you guys think. All of our little icons here, what they mean. You guys let me know what you guys think they are in the comments. No cheating. And then let's just go ahead and get straight on into this. First thing, top priority. This is easy. Top priority, what they need to do. I want to see them talking about the future of the game. Like already, even before the game is released, we already got their drip marketing for the newest character coming into the game over in 1.1. I need them to go ahead and start talking about other stuff that's getting ready to, that we can start looking forward to in the future. Absolutely top priority there for them. They don't even need to start thinking about the present. It should be the future. This one's going to be something that I personally am very interested in, and want them to talk about is going to be talking about the gun class in general. I have a previous video talking about how the gun class was incomplete, the pistol class, it felt incomplete. That video was a little controversial, but it allowed me to further do my thoughts on the topic and really concise. I found out that it wasn't really the gun class that I had a problem with. It was more of like the standard banner that I had a problem with. However, during the process of further looking into it and everything, I got to talk with a lot of the Wuthering Waves beta testers, people that were in CBT 2. And they all told me, yeah, like all the gun class was like super underpowered. It seems like they were, I mean, Alto had just gotten changed and some of the other characters had just gotten changed as well. So it seems like they just didn't have the numbers right. I personally just want to hear like, oh, they made some like character adjustments to like Alto and stuff to make sure that they got the scalings and stuff right so that the gun class can feel powerful going into the game. Because this is definitely one of my favorite classes. I definitely want to try doing like a Chica Alto team. I just think that could be pretty fun. And I just hope that it's also strong. Another thing, they've already talked about this. They've already talked about this previously, and I want them to officially say it on stream so that most people can hear about it. I think they've only really talked about this on like Twitter and stuff. I want them to talk about the shiny system coming into the game. There's a lot of like weird misinformation of people just not paying attention and seeing what happened on CBT2 and then like taking that as like, oh, that's how they're going to implement shinies in the main game. I think it's a top priority for them to just, you know, put the state everything clean and just talk about like, hey, this is how shinies are going to be implemented, this is how everything's going to work for shinies, and everything else like that. Because I know a lot of people are super interested in the shiny mechanics of Echoes and how it's going to work. So I just want them to go ahead, state the thing clear. I think it's important for them. There's just too much random information going around, and then people like having old information and not being caught up on the new information. And it'd be important. I feel like it's important for them to just make the state clear. Next thing, this is something I just think would be, it's always good to know, you know, talk about the characters in the story. Yeah, just always good to hear random old story stuff. They've already improved the story once. They talked about how they had scrapped the story just about down to its bare bones and then redid it, upgraded it. People from CBT2 complimented the story highly, at least compared to what it was before. So I'm looking forward to hearing more stuff, or I think I would like to hear some more stuff in the story about the story. It's not like a main priority I think that they should talk about, because they've already talked about it before. But I think just them saying something along the lines of, oh, we've also still doing some touch up on the story. I hope you guys that enjoyed the CBD2 will enjoy these further improvements that we made to the story. Which, speaking on that same note, I think this is going to be a top priority that's going to get everybody incredibly hyped up, is talking about player feedback. You just got back from CBD2. This is your first official live stream since then. talk about how you got feedback from the players from CBD2, and then just talk about like, hey, this is the stuff that you guys said was bad. We went ahead and we fixed that. Here's some of the stuff that you guys liked. We even further improved upon it. I think that's a top priority, and it gets the player so incredibly hyped. Just like how last time when they talked about how the players thought that the story was bad before, and so they scrapped it and they made a whole new one. If they do that, if they do that as a second off, do that again, really further bring it to home, like, hey, your opinion matters, player, that would just be huge for everybody. One thing I think they should definitely not talk about, however, is MiHoYo. Don't need to talk about him. No need to talk about Genshin Impact. None of that. Don't need to say that that you're trying to be a Genshin killer. Nothing like that. Let the players, let the watchers say that. Let the audience say that. Let talk about the player feedback, and then let people in the chat be like, "Oh, Genshin could never," with the player feedback. I feel like that would be that'd just be a funny way to do it. It's a professional way to do it, and honestly, it's their time to shine. There shouldn't be any talk about Genshin Impact or anything else. At least not coming from them. People can say whatever they want. Another thing I think that this is just something I personally want to hear about is the ecosystem in general. Just further details and stuff of them going about the ecosystem. It seemed like they had talked about previously on Twitter after CBD2 about how they were making some changes to the ecosystem. Just, further driving it home, just like with the shiny system beforehand with Echoes. Just like, hey, give me a clean slate. Tell me everything I need to know about Echoes. I feel like that is a clear, would be a nice thing for them to go ahead and do. Also, I want them to fully say whether or not they're going to release all the Echoes as shinies at the start of the game. Like if there's going to be a phantom form of every single one of the Echoes at the start of the game or not. That's something like they haven't talked about really, and they've never given confirmation or denied about whether or not that was going to be the case. In CBD2, they only had 6 Echoes that had phantom forms. I believe that's how they're calling their shinies. They're not calling them really shinies per se, just phantom forms. And I believe that just, getting clarification on that could be important, or at least it's something that I want to hear about whether or not I can go ahead and try looking for, really shiny hunting for all the shinies in the game right at the base of the game, or if I'm just stuck looking for like 6 of them or so. And then last thing where I'm just kind of meh, they don't really need to talk about it, but maybe they will, is talking about more of their fighting in the game. If they've made any improvements to combat or their combat system. There should be no reason for them to do that. I can't imagine that they need to talk about it more. I mean, just highlight the stuff that you guys got really cool dynamic combat. You got parries, you got perfect dodges, you got ranged gameplay, you have sword gameplay. One thing I really like about their combat that I don't think a lot of people know about is the parry system that they have is dependent on character and on class. It's super nice. Like your gauntlet class is going to have more parry frames than your regular sword class. It's just super nice. It's really incredible to see, and I mean, I'm neither for nor against them talking about it, but yeah, that's all I can have, and that's all I could think of about what I wanted to hear them say, and what my thoughts on what I want to hear them say during the live stream on May 19th. You guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys want to hear from them, or is there anything that I haven't put on here that you guys think is really important for them to bring up? And yeah, with all that said, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will catch you all soon.